Hey everyone, it's Sarah. I'm about to get started on weeks 4 through 5 of my project life, and I had someone ask if I would go into a little bit more detail about my organization, how I keep my plans and things like that. So I'm going to do that real quick and then I'll get into the pages. So what I use is, I use this, I think it's a 1-inch binder, just a regular white binder. And what I have done is I have created a little template, I guess you could call it, and I just did this on Microsoft Word. So this is what it looks like, and I made it into look like the Design A pages. I just did this in Microsoft Word using a table, and I just kind of manipulated the height and the width of the boxes so that it looks like this. You can also get these online, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I've seen people who have actually designed them themselves, and you can download them. But that's like my template, and I have 2 for each week. So I have, I'm trying to put this up close here. So I have the week with the dates, and then I just keep my notes in here. So I go through my pictures, I go through my planner, seeing what I did that week, and I write in like where I want to put things. So I'll write down the pictures that I want to use. This is a pick, this is a J is for journaling, so that's going to be a journaling card, things like that. And then on the bottom here, let me show you this side because I actually have stuff written down. So on the bottom here I have 4x6, so I need a 4x6 picture of my nephew Ezra, who was just born this week. So that way when I go to print my pictures, I know that I need a 4x6 of that one. And then I have 3x4. And these are the 2 most common that I use. I did put 3x3 and 2x3 as well, because occasionally I'll print out those sizes, but it's not quite as often. So here I needed Kaylin Book, I needed Gone Girl, I needed Bath. So that way when I go to print my pictures, I know exactly which pictures I'm looking for and what I need to print. So that makes it very easy for that. So that's how I do those, and I just keep those up weekly as I can. And then I have these page protectors. These are just regular Avery page protectors that I bought like at an office supply store. And this is where I keep my memorabilia that I want to use for the week. So let me show you an example for what I have for this week. So for this week, which is week 4, I have my date card that I've already pre-stamped. So that's going to be my date card for this week. And then I have the things in here that I know I want to use. I have a Post-it note that I got from someone in the mail that I'm going to put in here. I had done a little stencil of Layla's name and she colored it in, so I'm going to put that in there. This is the picture of my girls in the bath. This is Gone Girl. We watched it this week. This is my nephew Ezra that was just born. So I have all these pictures printed, so I keep them in there. And then this is just a little Amy Tan sticker sheet that I plan on maybe using a few stickers from for this week. So I just kind of pull things randomly as I think of them and what I want to use. And I keep them all together, especially things like pictures and notes and things like that that I definitely want to use for that week. I put it all in the sleeve, and then it's ready to go. And this is going to be stuff for week 5 behind here. No, maybe actually I think this is for this week too, because this is week 3 and 4 and I've already done week 3. Just a second, baby. Yeah, because I have the book that Kaylin just read. And then I have some snowflake confetti because it snowed that week. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. So all these are things that when I sit down to work on it, I'm going to pull it out. I plan on using them. Most of the time I do use everything I put in here. Sometimes I venture out and do other things as well. And I pull other stuff too randomly. Like I have a little bag of Heidi Swap die cuts that I may dig into and stuff like that. So that's how I use my, sorry, Layla's here with me. If you saw her little hands, and now she's trying to take everything that I pulled. So that's how I organize. So I keep everything all together in this binder, and then when I sit down and work on it, I just pull out the week that I need, pull out the memorabilia, and then I just get to work. It's very, very easy. That's probably the biggest tip I give people when they ask for tips on Project Life, is just to stay organized, because I can go 3 or 4 weeks without working on it, and then when I actually sit down and I do have time, then I have everything there, I have everything ready, my notes are ready to go, and it's very easy. So that is my organization. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I hope that cleared up a little bit for you, and I'm going to get started on weeks 4 and 5. All right, so we are going to start with week 4 here. And I think I'm getting bones set up on my iPad because it started with the wrong episode. It's like, no, I already watched that one, so I had to change it. All right, so these are the things that I had just shown you. So I got my pictures laid out to where I had put them. And then I had pulled a few things earlier. I have that watercolor word cutout that says here. That is from Dear Lizzie, and that came in my January hip kit. And I'm going to use that on the picture of my newborn nephew who made his way into the world that week. So I only need one piece of paper to back the movie poster of Gone Girl. And instead of using cards right now, I'm trying to use up some of these pattern papers here that I'm trying to work through for the month of February. So I am going to use that as my 4x6 card. I was looking at a blue one, but then I decided to go with pink because I am using these pink letter stickers to do week 4. Those are super old. Creative Imaginations made those. I've had those for, I don't even know how long, a really, really long time. So I pulled them out. I'm going to use them on a couple cards here. And let's see, what am I going to work on? I'm going to go ahead and cut this paper down. I'm doing my normal thing where I'm kind of, getting things stuck down, all of the loose things, and then I'll go back and add all the little details and journaling and all that stuff. I'm trying to get the main things that I've already pulled down and ready to go. So I'm going to also use this paper again, and I'm going to spell out Ezra is, and then layer that with the here up on my nephew's picture. His name is Ezra. And he was born that week. I can't remember which day. I need to ask my sister-in-law exactly which day he was born. But I want to say it was the 22nd, maybe. It was either 21st or 22nd. I can't remember. So I spelled out that in those basic gray letters, which are wood grain, and I'm going to layer them there with that here. And that will be that card. And I think I'm going to try to talk to her and get the date and then maybe add the date somehow as well. So I'm using my quick dry adhesive to put that down, and it makes a big old mess. I'm going to probably order some of those bottles that have the really thin applicator and then just put my glue in there because I'm starting to really... It wasn't bothering me at first how big the nozzle is, but now it's really starting to bother me because I'm wanting to use it on some really thin things. So I think I'm going to order those here soon. Oh, and I add a heart on here as well. I looked at this little tab from Heidi Swapp, and it says awesome on it, but I don't end up using it there. I think I add a heart eventually. So I'm going to go ahead and round the corners of my pictures and some of my stuff here. That is a... I had done some letter stenciling for Kaylin for a school project, and Layla wanted to do one too, so I spelled out her name, and then she colored that. And I was really impressed how good she stayed close to the lines. She's 3.5, so she's kind of just now starting to really pay attention to details like that. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yes, so I'm going to add this heart. These are from Freckled Fawn, and I only have 3 left on that sheet, so I'm going to use them all up on this spread here, which is awesome. This is a Post-it note that I got in a package that Tony Fromm sent me. She had a giveaway a while ago on her YouTube channel, and I actually ended up winning it. So she sent me a big box of stuff, and that was the little note that she put in there for me. So I used that awesome tab up above that and then put what she had written to me in there. This little card says today, and that's from the Midnight Edition. And I'm using these letters again to spell snow day because we had a snow day one day, and Josh was off of work. He had the day off because they closed down the base, and Kaylin had off of school, and Layla didn't go to daycare that day because if school's closed, they are closed as well because it's like a daycare and preschool program. So everyone had off pretty much, so we all stayed home and kind of had a nice lazy day. Didn't really do too much. We just kind of laid around and enjoyed having some time off. So that's what I'm journaling about here. And I put the date on there as well. And to this, I'm going to add some of these pink snowflake sequins. And I think I got those in a Studio Calico December Daily kit a couple years ago. And I'm still kind of working my way through them. I'm finally we live in a place where I can use the snow and snowflakes and stuff, because in Arizona, we got one random day of snow. It was so weird. And the whole 4 years we lived there, we never got any after that. And then here, we've had quite a few days of snow, to the point where they canceled school one day, and like one was over a weekend, and it was crazy. Like, we couldn't leave our house. And so go figure, in New Mexico, we're getting a ton of snow. So, oh well, we're enjoying it. So I use my glossy accents to put those sequins down. So I'm gonna let that dry up there. And I'm kind of going through some of my stuff here. These are just little random printables that I have sitting on my desk. I'm gonna try to use up a couple of them here. I'm gonna use that little label. I'm gonna use that green label as well that I have sitting there. And this is a picture of my girls in the bathtub, and they were laying down next to each other and kind of, you know, they like to put their ears in the water and listen to how funny it sounds. So I snapped a picture, and I used a tiny little label and then one of the hearts on there. And then I'm going to do, for this one, Kaylin is reading chapter books, and we bought her this Frozen chapter book that is brand new, that just came out. And it's like the story continuing after the movie stopped, and then they're continuing with some new adventures in chapter books for kids. And we found it at Barnes & Noble and picked it up for her. And she read the entire thing by herself. Normally she would read to me, you know, we would sit and read together, but that one she read all by herself, and we were really impressed. And so I just snapped a picture of it and put a little geotag with a heart, and then on the label I'm gonna put that, you know, Kaylin read her first chapter book all by herself. And she loved it. Apparently they have 2 out, and then 3 and 4 are coming out later this year as well, so she's begging for them already. I'm going to do this card here. This is for the movie Gone Girl, because I finally got to watch it. I read the book and loved the book. It's, to this day, one of my favorite books. And when the movie came out, we don't get to movies very often at all because we have kids. So it's really hard for us to get to a movie because we have to get a sitter and do all that. And where we are right now, we only really have one couple that we would trust leaving our kids with right now, and they're about to have a baby. So we don't get to movies very often. In fact, while my mother-in-law is here, we're going to try to sneak out and see American Sniper. But so we've been, you know, a lot of times when we're watching movies, it's after they come out on DVD. So Gone Girl came out, and we finally, you know, Josh said, "You want to watch it?" And I was like, "Yes." So we watched it, and it was just as good as the book. The book is always better, always. But it did a really good job following the book, and they didn't really change all that much. So I loved it, and Josh actually really enjoyed it too. He's not much of a reader, so he didn't read the book or anything, but he did enjoy the movie. So I'm just talking about how that movie made me feel the same as when I was reading the book. It surprised me and shocked me and made me angry and confused and happy, like all that at the same time. So it's a very emotional thing. If you've read the book or seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I just added this little label on the bottom of this card for no reason in particular. I just wanted to get it used up. And I used up all those 3 hearts there, and I used the last one here, and I'm just doing my journaling about how I stenciled these for Layla, and she colored them. And that is going to complete my layout for week 4. And on to week 5 now. This one's a little more picture heavy, and I had forgotten one that I didn't grab that out of there. But yeah, more pictures on this one for sure. This is going to be my Super Bowl card, and that is actually a piece of plastic from a cake that we bought because we had a Super Bowl party at our house, so we had some people over, and Josh had picked up like a little football-shaped cake at the store, and it had this on there, and so I was like, take that off and wash it for me and save it for me. And he did. So I'm cutting it down a little bit, and it's three-dimensional, so it pops up a little bit, but nothing, you know, I can put that down with Pop Dots and it's perfect. So I'm going through my paper pad here again to see what I want to use for these 3 4x6 spots that I'm going to need. And I pulled out a green floral, and that one up top there is kind of like a notebook lined. And then I'm going to pull out that green right there for the Super Bowl one. So greenish and bluish are kind of my theme for this week here. Let's see, what am I going to do? Tap my fingers. I think I'm looking for letter stickers. I'm going to use the same letter stickers on a couple of these cards here. I'm going to use those Kelly Perky ones. I'm using these Cosmo Cricket letter stickers here to do week 5. Those are old. I've had those for a long time as well, and as you can see, I've used a lot of them. I used a upside down M for the W because I didn't have a W, so I just cut off little tails there. Layla, put those back, please. Yeah. Sorry guys, Layla got into something she wasn't supposed to be getting into. Okay, so I'm rounding the corners of my pictures here, and I'm going to go ahead and get these papers cut down. Those are going to be acting as my 4x6 cards here. And I'm rounding the corners of those as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Super Bowl thing stuck here. So I use these thick Pop Dots to get that down, and it holds it perfectly. And I'm just kind of getting some stuff stuck down here. Get my pictures down onto the card so I can start embellishing them here soon. Yeah, I'm grabbing some printable labels that I have from Studio Calico, and I'm going to use those on a couple of these cards as well. I'm going to use this light bulb die cut from Heidi Swapp, and that is going to symbolize this picture because that picture is of Kaylin laying in bed reading with a book light. And she's been wanting to read in bed when she gets in bed at night. So I ended up giving her my book light because she gets in bed, but it's too dark. And for a while, she was still trying to read. I'm like, you're going to hurt your eyes. So I ended up giving her my book light that I don't use very much anyway. Because I have a Kindle now, so it's back, it's like backlit, so I don't need a book light. So I gave it to her, and she's been using it, and I love that. Speaking of books, I had read Amy Poehler's book. I actually just finished it today and loved it. So I had snapped a picture of it when I started reading it, and just journaled about how much I liked her book there. And now I'm going to work on this card here, which is a picture of the gas prices. I don't know about you guys, but our gas went down to $1.89, and I was like, what? I don't remember the last time it was under $1. I really don't. So while I was filling up one day, I snapped a picture of the price, and I'm going to put that here. I'm going to use a green label and put the word sticker that says RAD, and that is from an Amy Tangerine sticker sheet there. And use these Cosmos Cricket stickers again for an exclamation point. This picture here is it's a picture of, I was watching Revenge on my iPad because I was trying to catch up on it. And so I used another label sticker with the word currently and wrote catching up on Revenge. And for this card, this one says you are so very loved. And that is a card that came from the Midnight Kit. And I'm using these Kelly Perky letters to spell out Uma Thurman. And then on the bottom, I'm going to put by Fall Out Boy. That is one of their newer songs that they just recently released, and I am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with Fall Out Boy in general. I love every single song that they have. I really do. I think they make really, really awesome, great music. So I will put a link to that song if you haven't heard it yet. I'll put a link to a YouTube video with that song in it so you guys can hear it if you haven't heard it yet. It is really, really, really good. So I'm using these stickers to spell all of that out. At first I was worried about the letter stickers and then the black words kind of getting lost, but I don't know. I liked it. And you might have to look at it for a few minutes to really, figure out exactly what it says, but I'm okay with that. And I am going to use this little blue sticker here that says currently obsessed. I'm going to put that right there. All right, so now I'm going to work on my Super Bowl card, and I'm going to use these same letter stickers, and I'm going to spell out Patriots and Seahawks and then put the final score for the Super Bowl. So let me talk about the Super Bowl for a second. We had people over, we had, I think, 6 people over, and had a great time, and, watched the game and all that. The game was really good. It was, back and forth. Not one of them dominated the other one. It was really good. It was pretty evenly matched. We really thought the Seahawks were going to pull it out in the end, and it was just that crazy, under a minute, and then, they were on the 1-yard line, and, Patriots intercepted. It was crazy. But that makes for a good game. We were pulling for the Seahawks to win, but it's okay. We're not big pro football watchers anyway. We watch college football, so in the end, to us, it really didn't matter. We just picked someone. But so the game was really good, but the commercials were terrible. I think there was only one commercial that even really made me laugh, and that was the one with Liam Neeson about Clash of Clans. That was the only one that I even really enjoyed. But the halftime show was amazing. Katy Perry was really, really good. And Lenny Kravitz, I love him. And when Missy Elliott came out, I about lost my flippin' mind. Seriously, Josh and I love her so much. And to this day, we are huge fans of her music. And, even though she hasn't had anything out in 10 years, she's still number one to us. So when she came out, we about lost our minds. It was awesome. Loved it. Loved. Okay, that is going to complete my spread. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. I hope you're enjoying my project life, and I will be back again real soon. I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.